Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Get together for Christmas. Oh, let's be together this year. 'Cause it's been way too long. Let's sing a happy song. Sharing the love and all that Christmas cheer. Oh, let's get together for Christmas. Let's get the whole gang together. Let's get together this year.
Well, it's official now. Santa Claus is putting the final preparations on making the trip around the globe in just a few days. It's Christmas time. Certainly doesn't feel that way outside, but inside, you couldn't tell the difference as we're only one game away from the holiday break in girls high school hoops. Welcome in to the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us at the PSP Network. Free Christmas gift tonight as the Blue Jays from Jamestown at 2-4 travel to Minot to take on the #1 ranked team in all of North Dakota. The Majettes coming in at 6-0. This is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show tonight. Valvoline Instant Oil Change with 5 locations in between Bismarck and Minot. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Sit right in your vehicle. I like to check my email, maybe eat my lunch right then and there. It's fantastic. Valvoline Instant Oil Change brings you the pregame here tonight. More information can be found online, VIOC.com. I'm Nick Hulberg, joined tonight by Mr. Bryce Skutnik on the call. Well, this one could be a fun one tonight for both the Blue Jays and the Majettes. On paper, it's Minot High that should have a pretty easy time with the Blue Jays, but that's never really the case inside the WDA. Certainly not in the last game of the first half of the season. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, you've got number 1 in front of your team there in the standings. That means one thing, Nick. Everyone's coming to get you. I expect the Blue Jays to be excited to play the #1 team in the state here and give a gritty effort here tonight in the Magic City.
Yeah, it should be a WDA tilt like all the other ones, and that's one that's going to involve some intensity here. This is a showdown and a rivalry that maybe isn't as large as some of the others inside of the conference. That doesn't mean, however, that this Blue Jay team at 0-3 coming in inside the WDA and currently sitting 8 out of 9 in the conference isn't going to give Minot High their best effort like you mentioned. For the Magi here tonight, not overlooking the Blue Jays, is that the biggest key in your mind before we get into those keys to the game, but just as an overall takeaway before the game prep is complete tonight?
Yeah, Coach Schwartz is telling his team probably a number of things, but like he said, a lot of distractions in place maybe. You know, you got friends, family, maybe around for the holidays and stuff, and Christmas is in, just a couple days away, and just say, hey, stay focused, stick to the game plan, and try and get this last W before you hit the holiday break for a few days.
Christmas time. Do you have big plans, by the way, for the holiday?
I think it's pretty low key, Nick. I did a lot of the cooking for Thanksgiving this year, so I think I'm off the hook for Christmas. We'll see, though.
Is that the trick? You get one of those holidays in, and then you're set.
Yep, that was my game plan, and I executed it with Thanksgiving. I think I'm gonna keep it pretty low key for Christmas.
Well, if anyone asks, I cooked the hot dogs on the 4th of July, so I should be in pretty good shape, my friend. Glad to have you aboard here tonight from the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. All right, let's take a look further into this matchup here between the Blue Jays and Minot High, starting with the numbers in this showdown between these two teams. Well, Minot High, again on paper, the #1 ranked team in the land, shouldn't have much headache here tonight with the Blue Jays, but you can throw all those numbers and predictions out the window almost each and every night that we play. That's why we play these games. However, in the conference, the Magi are unbeaten. The Blue Jays are winless. Both teams have played 3 in the conference. Overall, the Majettes 6-0, 2-4 for the Blue Jays. Minot's first in the West region are at the top of the list. 8 in the West for the Blue Jays. Minot's ranked 1. Jamestown's not ranked. Minot has scored 382 points on the year. That's at a clip of 76 points per game, Bryce. On the other side, the Blue Jays are averaging just about 52 points a game, 259 total on the season. Blue Jays haven't given up that many, however, on average per night, 55 total compared to Minot High giving up just 45 points per game. X factors in my mind, Minot High's just got so many weapons with Lily Bell and Fricky. It goes down the list. We'll get into that a bit more in just a moment, but kind of like we started off with here tonight, you just can't overlook these teams. Those X factors probably will hold true tonight in this ballgame.
Yeah, with if you're Jamestown, obviously there's not a lot of pressure on you. Obviously a lot to like about Minot High. You look at those numbers, a lot of them favoring the Majettes on that side. But like I said, kind of any given night, you got to have that attitude. Got to believe you can walk into this building and give them a good fight, and you better believe you can win. That's most important.
The mindset, such a key factor. Let's take a look at the leaders inside of girls basketball in the WDA. This is from earlier on this week. It's presented by the Hoopster. If you need a last-minute Christmas gift idea, grab those Hoopster publications. I'm telling you, they're great stocking stuffers and gifts for the basketball fanatic in your world. You can get those at Shields and other locations across western North Dakota and the entire state for that matter. The Hoopster brings you a look at the top producers inside of North Dakota girls basketball on the west side of the state. Minot's got a pair of them. Lily Bell with 28 points per game on average. Maggie Fricky's at 17.7. Natalie Benning at 20.5. She's in the middle of the two Majettes. Johnson from the Mandan Braves at 17.5, and Jersey Berg with 16 coming into this week. Those were the leaders at the start of the week. Of course, we've had some games since then. This has shuffled a bit. Johnson's up to 2. Benning fell down to number 4, but one thing's the same, and that's that Bell and Fricky are still up at the top. When you've got two girls like that dominate the way they do, I don't want it to be Groundhog's Day every time we come on the air, but we're talking about two of the players that are going to go down in history, not only in Minot, but in North Dakota, in the WDA, as two of the best all time. What an advantage that is for Minot High, but how do you deal with having two of them and making sure that there's enough distribution going around is the big question for me.
There's been a few things that I've noticed in a couple of the games I've done this year. Just the balance of attack with those two. With if Lily will go to the bench at times, they'll bring Fricky down into that post, and I tell you what, Fricky's got an array of moves down there in the post. She's finishing with her left hand. It's almost like they're kind of taking turns. They're really feeding off each other. And we've said this before as well. If I'm another Majette that I'm not Lily Bell and I am not Maggie Fricky, I love playing with these two. There's so many opportunities created by these two. You're getting a lot of open looks and a lot of good shots. I would love it.
Those two are going to look to be big here tonight, but there will also be some opportunities elsewhere on the hardwood, like Bryce just mentioned. Plenty more to come on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at our keys to the game. We'll look at the state poll for AA basketball. We'll look at the WDA standings and more. We'll get you set and ready for opening tip tonight. Right before the holiday break, it's the Majettes and the Blue Jays right here on the PSP Network.
About personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football, just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
6 games in for most teams inside the West region with 1 more to go here in the first half, quote unquote, of the year right before Christmas break. Final day of school in the Magic City to go out with the game on the last day of the first half. Nick Hulberg, Bryce Skutnik on the call for the showdown in WDA Girls Basketball. It's Jamestown at 2-4. Minot is perfect at 6-0. This is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Timely service that won't slow you down. There's no appointment needed. You just stay in your car and the drive-through oil change gets you in and out the door in 15 minutes or less. Valvoline has locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online, VIOC.com. Bryce taking a look at the standings inside of the West region coming into this ball game tonight. Century and Minot are both at the top of the list inside of the WDA. The only unbeaten teams inside of conference play. The Patriots are 7-0. Minot 6-0, so Century holding down the number 1 spot. Minot right there with them. Bismarck at number 3 with Legacy after Legacy got a win over Dickinson last night in that showdown over the Midgets. Big time win last night for Legacy over Dickinson. Mandan's at number 5. They're 1-1. St. Mary's at 1-2. They're number 6. You got to go down to number 8 to find the Blue Jays from Jamestown. They're 0-3 inside the conference, 2-4 overall. Other games tonight, St. Mary's is at Bismarck. Mandan is at Williston in WDA basketball play. What does that do for the poll inside of North Dakota? Well, the media inside of our great state deems them to shake out like this. In the girls, Minot number 1, receiving 16 of the 18 first place votes. Davies at number 2. Century receiving those other first place votes. They got 2 of them. They went up from number 4 to number 3 with the perfect mark on the season at 7-0. Red River sits at number 4. They swapped spots with Century from a week ago. And then West Fargo Horace hops into the top 5 in North Dakota. Legacy, Bismarck, Dickinson all receiving votes earlier on this week inside of our great state. In the boys, Fargo North number 1, Davies number 2, Minot number 3. Davies and Minot will match up shortly after the holiday break right here on this floor. Bryce and I will have the call of that one for you on the PSP network. Century's 4, Grand Forks Central 5. There was no changes in the boys from last week to this week. Cheyenne and Dickinson received some votes coming into week number 3 of girls high school basketball in North Dakota. Well, Bryce, we're just about set and ready for our official introductions here tonight, taking a look at the players to watch for the Jamestown Blue Jays. This look at the players to watch for delivered by the UPS store right in time for the holidays. The UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store at the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Leading the way for the Blue Jays is Leah Trumbauer, the 5'10 junior forward, averaging 12 points per game. They've got Mia Euland, the 5'3 sophomore that averages 10. Amelia Newman averages 10 as well. 7.5 for Adelson. That's Haley Adelson. Hannah Adelson adding 1.7 per night on average. So the Blue Jays have some distribution on this sheet. Question mark will be whether or not number 21, Leah Trumbauer, goes here tonight. Sounds like she might be a bit ill coming into this ball game.
Yeah, great balance of attack there. You look at a lot of those numbers, the scoring disparity, the scoring averages are pretty equal with a lot of those girls on that roster there for the Blue Jays. And we'll see about Leah Trumbauer. We might have got word that she might be out, but we will get an official word for everyone on that, Nick.
For the Majettes on the other side here tonight, Bryce, well, you already saw that 2 of the ladies that are in this lineup are in the tops inside of the WDA, led by Lily Bell. 28 points per game for this young lady. She's hit 9 3-pointers. Her resume is long. We ran out of room on the stat sheet to even get it prepped and ready for you tonight, Bryce. Why is that? Well, the 2-time All-State player, 2-time All-West Region player. It's number 3 in blocks inside the WDA. She's got 1.6 of those per game. She's number 1 in scoring. She's got the most points per game. Number 1 in rebounding inside of the West region at 14.6 per game, averaging a double-double, if not more, each and every night. And she's also shooting almost the best in the West at number 4 inside the conference. Lely has a partner in crime, a Maggie Fricke, that's not too shabby in her own right. Number 3 in assists, number 3 in points. This is a young lady that is a 2-time All-Stater, 2-time All-West Region player, and she's also got the green shoes on here tonight. The what'd you call those, Kobe Grinches here tonight?
I believe they are the Kobe Grinches. I have not seen a pair of those in a while. I'm a big sneakerhead, Nick, so I think I'm right, though. I think those are the Kobe Grinches. She is definitely in the holiday spirit tonight.
Yeah, you got to like that, don't you? That's Maggie Fricke's shoes here tonight at the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Besides Maggie Fricke, there's a few more girls that can go for Minot High here tonight. Our player spotlight is on a young lady that will see some time in this ball game. It's Kinley Barch, 5'8" freshman guard. She only averages 2.2 points per game, but she's got 17 assists on the season and 3 steals. I picked her to highlight here tonight just because she's one of the young ladies for Minot High that comes in off the bench. She's a young lady that is going to do her part on both sides of the floor and certainly giving her best effort, it seems, each and every night. How big are players like Kinley Barch in this group for Minot High School?
Yeah, with the game from Williston earlier this week, a lot of those starters, the normal starters for the Majettes had rested and stuff. You got to see a girl like Kinley Barch got inserted to the starting lineup. She battled foul trouble most of that game. I believe she ended up with about 17 points. She played a great game. I love her shot. Great shot from the outside. Like you said, when you're playing with players the caliber of Fricke and Bell, you're going to get your opportunities, and let's see the Majettes try and capitalize on that, some of these other girls and their opportunities.
Kinley Barch, the player we spotlight here tonight. Another one from Minot High. Everett Nashaw went down in that Williston matchup earlier this week. She's out of the lineup here tonight. Hopefully she will be all right. All right, let's go down to Andy Latch, the voice of Minot High Majettes basketball, for tonight's presentation of the Star Spangled Banner. And then our starting lineups tonight as the Blue Jays and Majettes come together for the first time in the 23-24 campaign here at the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Excellent rendition of our nation's national anthem. Well, Jason Schwartz has the microphone down on the floor. We're going to follow the Minot High coach over underneath the hoop.
My name is Jackie Height Thomas, and joining me this evening are my parents, Laverne and Patricia Height, my sister, Michelle Height Fisher, my niece and nephew, Jacob and Tori Height, my husband, Brad Thomas, and Jamie Swenson, Executive Director of the Minot Public School Foundation. As most of you know, my brother Jay Height died 4 weeks ago on Thanksgiving morning, November 23rd, 2023, from stage 4 esophageal cancer after being diagnosed 17 days prior to his death. My brother Jay was an avid supporter and fan of the Minot High School Girls Basketball program. His daughter Tori was a key member of the varsity girls basketball team from 2019 through 2022 and proudly wore jersey number 23 throughout her basketball career. One of my brother's final requests was to designate a portion of his memorials to the Minot High School girls basketball team. At this time, we are pleased to announce, through the generosity of family, friends, co-workers, colleagues, and Height Construction business associates, a check in the amount of $5,023. Would the coaches and the girls team please come forward and accept the check?
Well, fantastic stuff here tonight in memory of Jay Heights. Our thoughts and prayers with that family here at holiday time. Never an easy thing to deal with. Here's Jason Shores, the Minot High head coach.
On behalf of the Minot High Girls Basketball program, I want to thank the Height family. Tori was a big part of our success over the last few years, and certainly your dad was a big part of being a contributor in many ways to our program, so we want to thank you very much. And we're never going to forget Mr. Jay Height and everything that he's done for our program, so thank you very much.
Amen. Well, a bit of an emotional night here to start things off. Contribution from Height Construction and others here this evening. A celebration here tonight as well. Well, when we come back, we'll have our keys to the game and our starting lineups. Minot High and Jamestown get set to rumble in WDA Hoops here on the PSP Network.
Fire damage? Agent Fred Iron. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Well, time for the starting lineups here tonight. Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show coming to the tail end here. Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck, 5 of them to be exact. Hop in at Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a 15 minutes drive-through oil change. You'll be glad you did at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quickly, our keys to the game tonight presented by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. First for the Jamestown Blue Jays. They don't have any pressure here tonight, Bryce. They've got the opportunity to have the upset. That's always a good way to play. For Minot High on the other side, they need to execute in games like this that they're supposed to win here tonight. On paper, Minot High is a heavy favorite. However, there's no pressure on the Blue Jays in this ballgame.
Like you said, yeah, obviously the Majettes, #1 in the state, want to take some momentum, keep that momentum going into the break as you head to the big tournament in Minnesota. If you're the Blue Jays, I got to believe you got to maybe make double-digit threes in this game to have a shot at it. No empty possessions, really got to execute on the offensive side of the ball. I would maybe try and do some things to try and attack Lily, try and get her away from the basket. Let's see what they've come up with. It looks like Leah Trumbauer is not going to go here, Nick. She's not in the starting lineup here, but like you said, it just means another opportunity for another girl. Let's hope she's okay, though.
Yeah, without a doubt. That will play a factor tonight. Trumbauer leading the pace right now for the Blue Jays with 12 points per game. And one of those leaders, they don't have a senior in this lineup, but they have the junior leader in Trumbauer. She's out of the lineup here tonight. Nick Hulberg, Bryce Gutnick on the call from the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. An early Christmas present. It's the final game of the WDA first half of the year, quote unquote. Can you call it that? Only 6 games in. They'll play 24 first quarter of the season. Last game here in conference play inside of the 23-24 portion of the schedule. Maybe that's the way to say it, my friend.
Yeah, I like that.
Blue Jays, of course, in blue tonight. Minot High's in white. Off the opening tip, Lily Bell up on the jump against Anderson, and Lily Bell wins the opening tip, and we are underway from Magic City at the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Presley Bennett inside. It was Fricky off to Bell. Put it up off the window. Didn't take long to get Lily Bell going from the inside.
Great position by Bell. Using her left hand. Easy bucket to start for the Majettes.
Blue Jays have it up top. The working around the horn. Newman, she pulls up from 3 land. Off the mark, rebound, pulled down. Lily Bell's got it. Lily's got one of those 14.6 rebounds she averages per night. Barch to Bell. Thought about the 3, dribbles in. Kicks it out top. This is Bennett, #1 in the West region for 3-pointers. Off the mark on her first attempt, and it's a Blue Jay rebound here from Mari Anderson. And the Jays bring it across the timeline just about a minute in. Minot leading 2-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Not a bad crowd on hand here tonight, Bryce, for a girls matchup on a Friday night.
They were really filing in here, Nick, a little while ago prior to tip-off.
Lely had the rebound. Fricky's got it here with the bright green Grinch shoes on. Works it back up to Barch. Goes to her left. Off to Bennett now as they work it around the horn. Lely for 3. That one's off the mark. Was it touched? No, they're going to say it was just an air ball, and it will be Jamestown basketball. Tonight's ball game on the PSP Network is brought to you by our friends at Minot State University. The best way to predict your future is to create it. With over 100 areas of study at Minot State, you can get the degree for the future you desire and that career at Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State bringing you tonight's matchup. Lily Bell behind the back. Ends up on the ground with it. Got it to Fricky, and now Fricky right at the Servpro free throw line. Crashes in. Didn't get the roll. Ball goes off of the Blue Jays, and it will be Minot High basketball here with a minute 57 complete in the first half. 2-0 Minot High leading on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
You see the defensive presence that Lily is in the paint there, altering shots already early in this game. You may not be blocking shots, but altering that shooter, almost the same thing as a block, Nick.
Bell inside. Off the glass from Bennett, and Lily Bell's got all 4 points in the ball game, and Minot High's on top. Jays with possession now in the offensive territory. Haley Adelson to Amelia Newman. From the elbow, Newman spins it back upstairs. Young over to the far corner. That ball's going to go off of Yunk, and Minot High will get it back here with 15:29 to play in the first half. Here's Maggie Fricke. As an 8th grader, she was the MVP of the state tournament the year that Minot High won their second ever crown. Inside, Carew, Lamore. And Carew's got her first 2 points of tonight's ball game.
Great job by Lamore. Back door, showing them up at the top of the key. Fricke finds her for a lay-in.
Lamore averaging 6 per game right now for Minot High. One of those players that probably starts in the West region on most teams across the WDA. Left-handed scoop, no good. That one off the mark for Mari Anderson. And we're going to have our first foul of tonight's ball game. Newman's going to be charged with her first personal, first team foul here on the Blue Jays.
I like that out of Mari Anderson. Top of the key there. Pulled Lily away from the basket. She attacked her, just didn't finish it. I like the aggressiveness early from her.
Maggie Fricke with the basketball. Up to Bennett. Inside, Lely. She's going to score that almost 99% of the time, Bryce. Lely's got 6. The Minot leads 8-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Great spurt by the Majettes to start this game. Mostly been Lily Bell, 6 early.
Blue Jays with possession. Haley Adelson finding the open Hewland. She pulls up from 3, nailed it. Hewland from downtown. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take one as well. Minot High's up 8-3 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Early lead for the Majettes here on their home floor.
Bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
This ball game on the PSP Network is brought to you by our friends at BNC Bank. Locations throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. It's BNC Bank. Find them online, bnc.bank. Carew Lamore with a bucket in the ball game. Up top, went off to Maggie Fricke. Back over to Lamore, inside for Lily Bell. Fricke open upstairs. She's going to go to the elbow and find Lamore. Corner pocket, 3-ball on its way, front of the rim. Rebound pulled out of there by Mia Hewland. She's got the only points for the Jays so far with a 3-pointer. She worked it to the far side for Yunk, and Yunk delivers off. Newman dribbling in, blocked inside by Lamore, and then it's going to be Fricke that touched it last. And the Blue Jays will get the ball back. Her cameraman, Owen Patterson, down there. Saw the camera run away at him just a bit. That ball came right at him. He was doing the North Dakota thing to pick that up, send it off. That camera got tattooed in the JV game here tonight. Glad to see it's still working, Bryce.
Still operating.
Lily Bell, another rebound for her, and Lily's going to take it. Happy holidays to each and every one of you watching here tonight from the Magic City, wherever you may be across the World Wide Web. PSP Network glad to bring you high school basketball here tonight from the Magic City. Aberle into the ball game, up to Lamore. Lamore from downtown, in then out. Aberle's got the rebound, kicked it off Bell, trying to go back to Lamore. Now Knutson gathers it up. Lely sent it inside to Aberle. That ball's going to be knocked out of play. And Minot will get the ball back on the defense from inside here from the Blue Jays.
I like this zone look here. Jamestown showing Minot a little out of sorts, kind of settling for some three-point shots. Let's see if they make a few adjustments.
Turnaround jumper, no good for Lily Bell. Coming into the ball game tonight, Lily, one of the top shooters inside of the WDA for field goal percentage. That inside game has really developed for her. She's a young lady that last year wasn't afraid to shoot the three-pointer. She had plenty of them a season ago, over 40. This year she's got 9, but that inside game has really been the difference maker in where her 28 points per game, a WDA high, has really come from.
Absolutely, and we've seen some stuff from the point guard position early in the game where she created a couple wide open looks, off a dribble drive off top of the key.
3 attempt on its way. Anderson, no good. Knutson there on the rebound, but it's Adelson that's going to take it from her. This is Hannah Adelson. Across the umbrella comes, and now Young will pull back. 3 attempts. In that out, but it's got it with Aberle off to Lamore, excuse me. Back to Aberle in the corner, pulls up for 3. Swish. Aberle from downtown. Minot leads 11-3 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Gotta love that. Contributions off the bench right away. Aberle with a knockdown 3.
Jumpers off the mark there from Adelson. Fricky pulls it away, and here comes Maggie Fricky. At the elbow, Fricky looks for the outlet, finds Aberle. Back up, Knutson. Lamore with the green light, fires. That one barely hit the net, and Carew Lamore's got a 3-pointer on her stat line. That's a pair of buckets for her. Minot's up 14-3 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Fricky intercepts. Maggie Fricky's going to go coast to coast. Drops it off. Aberle pushed it off the window and scores. Well, Minot High certainly dialed in here tonight early in this ball game. Ryan Family Dealerships replay, you see Maggie Fricky could have laid that one up. She said Aberle's got a better look at it, put it in for 2. Minot off and rolling on their home floor. This ball game on the PSP Network is brought to you by our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Roger Ward can help you with your moving and storage needs. They've been proudly helping the region since 1942. It's Roger Ward Moving and Storage. By the way, Minot Country Club also running a promotion at the holiday time. If you're on the fence about a golf membership for 2024, Minot Country Club offering 3% off right now. Become a member at the Minot Country Club today. Family memberships, single memberships, corporate memberships, they've got it all. Voted the #1 golf course in North Dakota, the Minot Country Club. I told Matt Morelli the other night on the Minot High hockey broadcast that now that I've been playing there, I took down Tony Mueller, one of our voices on the PSP Network, 7 straight times at the end of last summer. He didn't hardly believe me, Bryce.
I tell you what, Nick, you and I go play around there. You better have some extra balls for me, sir, because I'm going to lose a few.
Bell down to the corner for Bennett. Bell back over. Knutson gets it. This is Barch with it now. The freshman to her left hand. Finds Lely up top. Lely's got coverage on top of her. She'll wrangle it back in. Shot clock's all the way down to 8 here for the Majettes. Bell, this is an NBA 3. In that out. Barch scrumming for, Aberle scrumming for the rebound. She touched the end line, and it will be Blue Jay basketball.
Super impressed with Aberle's motor here in the first half. She's huge contributions here in the first half.
10:30 to tick down in our opening half of basketball. Minot's got the lead at 16-3. Minot sitting at 6-0 inside of the conference, #1 inside of North Dakota. The Blue Jays currently #8 out of 9 inside the West. They're 0-3. This is a real young Blue Jay team. Freshman, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, junior. Only 2 juniors in the lineup here for the Blue Jays, and the rest underclassmen. Shot clock's at 1. Minot's defense is going to have them in. The Jets will get the ball back on the shot clock violation.
Coach Schwartz got to love that. They've been very active on the defensive end to start this game.
Here's Lely Bell. Under 10 to play in the first half. You're going to take some lumps when you're that young, but I tell you what, as time continues and those girls become juniors and seniors, you might have something special in Blue Jay territory. Sydney Aberle puts it up and in, and Aberle having herself a ball game right now. She's got 7. That leads all Majettes here tonight. Down to the baseline, kicked over to the far corner. Haley Adelson ribbed in, then out. Bennett's away with the basketball, and here's Presley Bennett with a baseball toss. It was picked up. Amelia Newman's got it 1-on-2 back in. Newman stops, kicks it back upstairs on the dribble. This is Young. It's going to be a foul on the play on Knutson.
Tell you what, to start this game, Blue Jays have had some pretty good looks on the perimeter side. A couple kind of all the way down and out. Just got to keep shooting here. Got to believe they're going to be starting to go in here at some point.
Knutson charged with her first. Second team foul on Minot High. Only 3 fouls called in the first 9 minutes of this ball game. Minot's got 2 of them. Fricky gets it from Barch. Fricky lays it off the window, and Maggie Fricky's got her first 2 points of the ball game.
I love that from Barge, getting down the court. Give up that ball early, you might be getting it back. How about that finish by Fricky? A little off balance. Still finishes with the left hand.
Blue Jays working with 8:48 left here in the first half. Front of the rim, that shot was just a bit short from Hewland. Fricky carries in, puts it up off the window. That time Maggie saw it all the way. She went up and laid it in, and Maggie Fricky's got 4 now in the ball game.
Really stood out to me this season, Fricky's ability to finish in traffic around the rim. One of the best in the state at doing it, Nick.
Here's the Ryan Family Dealerships replay as Maggie Fricky. That's a contested shot right there, and Fricky finds a way to put it in. Here's a look underneath the rack. Adelson kicked it over. That shot's off the mark for Mari Anderson. Last foul was on Minot High, and it was charged to Kinley Barch. First personal on Barch in the ball game. Oh, I do apologize. 22-3, Minot High on top. It's a runaway train right now in this part of the ball game early on here tonight. We knew that Jamestown was going to be up against a buzzsaw. Bennett downtown. Presley Bennett, the WDA leader for 3 balls, knocks in another one. That's number 15 on the season for Bennett. She could fire it. She's got the school record at Minot High. She had 9 of them in a game just last week. 25-3, Majettes on top.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Well, we got the whole Hulberg clan here tonight. Youngest member of the PSP network, Ike Hulberg. Big sister Nora's here tonight as well. Paige Hulberg in attendance also. Always fun having the family at the ball game. I wonder what the dollar amount is on the candy that the young man's already had to take in here tonight. Certainly enjoying that popcorn, isn't he?
Popcorn looks great.
Yeah, it certainly does.
A little jealous.
If you're Jamestown right now, and Andy Scumberg in his 14th year as the head coach of the Blue Jays, do you have a game plan at this point? Obviously, Minot High flexing some muscle here. It's not that Jamestown hasn't had the looks. They just haven't been able to execute.
There's too many empty possessions. Like I had said, they've had some great looks like early in this game. Hey, there's no 22-point shot, Nick. They're going to have to do it in spurts, try and start attacking this deficit.
From the elbow, work back away down to Newman. Back go Adelson, 3 ball on its way. That one just missed from Hewland. Minot's got the rebound. Lamore runs it off. Bennett, Fricky's wide open underneath. Fricky lays it off the glass and scores. And Maggie Fricky continuing to tear. That time it was Bennett that saw her on the dish. Minot's got a 24-point lead with 7:24 left in the opening half. Around the perimeter it goes now. Mari Anderson, guarded by Lily Bell. Work back up top, handled here by the Jays and Newman. Taken away. The turnovers are high in this ball game, and credit Minot High's defense. Here's Fricke, jump shot. Maggie Fricke's officially starting to heat up, Bryce, and that's a scary thought for the Jamestown Blue Jays. Fricke, 3 buckets in a row. She's got 8 now for Minot High, and the lead's at 29-3.
I tell you what, early in this game, it was kind of the Lily Bell show. Now we're getting to the Maggie Fricke portion of the show. The Majettes are looking great here tonight.
It's going to be a foul inside on the Blue Jays. Fouls charged to Hewlin. That's number 1 on Hewlin. Saw that last point for Maggie Fricke. Sends Lily Bell to the free throw line. First one's good for Lily Bell. Shooting 81%. Surprisingly, that's not the top mark for Minot High School. Carew Lamore shooting 83% to lead all free throw shooters inside of the WDA. Lily adds to that total here. She goes 2 for 2 from the serve pro line. Minot's up big early, 31-3 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. That question always arises as well. At what point when you're Jason Schwartz do you take your foot off the gas pedal? Or do you at all take the foot off the gas pedal?
Well, you look, with the game with Williston earlier in the week, you didn't have your regular starters in, so this is their first action in a little while. They had some time off, so you want to get them some minutes, you know, keep them in shape and keep them in a rhythm as well, Nick.
Around the horn it comes for the Blue Jays. This is Anderson. Down to the corner, working it back inside the umbrella. Fricke's going to be there, and she's going to be charged with a foul coming here. And Maggie Fricke picks up number 1. 15th foul on Minot High. Blue Jays inbound the ball. Good crowd on hand here tonight. When you're ranked 1 in the state, that will happen. Fans continuing to come into Magic City Campus's gym here tonight in the early start. Scheduled for 5:45, started a bit later than that. Hopefully that doesn't fool anybody here this evening. Runner high off the glass. Carew Lamore having herself a ball game as Carew adds 2 more to her total. 30-point lead for the Majettes with 5:40 left here in the first half.
I tell you what, the Majettes super impressive on both ends. Kind of contributions from everyone early in this game.
Out with the basketball from Minot High, Ariana Rude. She'll go coast to coast, finds Fricke, open, 3-land, Fricke. You betcha, Maggie Fricke from downtown.
Great minutes from Rude here early in the game. She was pivotal in that game over Williston. Huge contributions on the point guard position from her earlier in the week.
Knutson wide open. That was like a drill for Minot High. And Eve Knutson has her first points of tonight's ball game. Turning into a track meet, and a one-way track meet right now. Minot High has Aberly reach in for the basketball. They let him play with some real estate. Was Young. She dished it off back over to Newman. Top of the key. Getting it back here. This is Young. At the elbow now, the ball away from Emily Ellingson. Over on the near side, shot clock's at 3. They need to fire. Here's a 3 attempt on its way. That one caught the rim, but it ended up on a play on the rebound. And it will be Minot High ball with 4:24 left to the first half. 39-3, Minot High School on top.
I can tell you this, 4:24 mark left here in the first. Any questions maybe of a letdown, maybe some distractions, the holiday, everything? I'm going to tell you what, the Majettes have answered that here, out to a big lead here.
Knutson, Rude, Knutson again. Rude over to Knutson to the corner. She can fire from 3, no good. Rebound pulled down to Bennett. Goes back up, Maggie Fricke's got it. Now Presley Bennett open downtown. Presley just off the mark. Ball swatted out of there, comes away to Haley Adelson. And the Jays bring it back across the timeline. Under 4 to play in the first half. That ball's going to be short on the 3 attempt coming from Mari Anderson. Fricke carries down, puts it up. Fricke, not even quite a little Euro step move, just to move right at the rack. She puts it up and in. And Minot High is on a roll right now, Bryce. 41-3. They've got the lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
I don't even know what the right analogy is for the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Hornet's Nest, Snake Pit, Lion's Den, you name it. Minot High is in full control of the ball game, 41-3 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We knew they were good. We knew that this was a little bit of an outmatched matchup here tonight, but did you expect this? Minot High is just playing really well, aren't they?
Just a buzzsaw thing that has really stood out to me, Nick. The defensive effort on this end has been absolutely terrific. If you're Coach Schwartz, you're ecstatic of the effort of the girls so far.
Fricke's going to track the basketball down. She's got it here. Kicked it off to Bennett. Over in the corner, Knutson. No good. They're going to say Jamestown ball here with 3 on the dot to play in the first half. Prestwich Orthodontics brings you this ball game here tonight. Prestwich Orthodontics, 0% financing. They offer free consultations either online or virtually. It's a fun, relaxed atmosphere at Prestwich Orthodontics. Find them online, minotbraces.com. Blue Jays need some points just for a confidence level right now. This one's already out of reach. However, the season is far from over for both of these teams inside of the WDA.
Yeah, if you're Jamestown, you're looking for anything to go through the net here. Something positive to end this first half.
Off the mark, basketball comes away. Blue Jays have the offensive board. Little runner, no good. Lely went up after it. She got the rebound in the double team. Knutson's going to come away with it. Now it's Barch on the run and gone. Kinley Barch off to Bennett. Inside Lily Bell. Lely blocked in the paint. It's going to be a foul coming on Mari Anderson, the 6-foot-tall sophomore guard. Well, they called it on Hewland, rather, excuse me. Lily Bell at the Serve Pro free throw line. In then out for Lely. She's now 2 for 3 in the ball game. Serve Pro with 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians and advanced technology. Serve Pro serving Western North Dakota. Unfriendly roll for Lely on the second one as well. 50% now in this contest. 2:15 ticking down to the first half. Lely's got the defense inside. Almost forced the turnover. Adelson worked it around, back over to Haley Adelson. And downtown, Haley Adelson, the second scorer that goes into the books for the Blue Jays. 41-6, Minot on top. Here's Barch with the basketball. Ariana Rude back over to Knutson. Under 2 to play in the first half. Took Minot a while to get going even in this first half, and once they did, they just put it in cruise control. Lely from downtown bounced off the rib. Rebound for the Blue Jays. Bryce, you look at what Jamestown's done on the year. They started their season with a pair of wins. One against Fargo South, one against West Fargo. Since then, they've dropped 4 straight. Off the window, count it. Kinley Barch has her second.
Little razzle-dazzle there from Lely behind the back to Barch. Lely showing the whole arsenal tonight, Nick.
Bennett almost took it away up top. Maury Anderson's got it. So after their wins against the East Region foes, they took on Moorhead and dropped to the Minnesota School. Mandan beat them 65-39. St. Mary's beat them 59-51. Century beat them 65-41. Minot, on the other hand, is unbeaten in the 6 games that they've played. They've taken down the Packers from West Fargo, the Mustangs from Cheyenne, number 2 at the time ranked Red River, the defending state champions. Handed it to St. Mary's 88-37. They beat Bismarck big, and they beat Williston with their JV. Minot's going to be tough to beat. Knudsen nailed it.
Majettes looking no doubts about, hard to argue they're number 1 team in the state tonight, this effort they're putting on here. What a clinic here in the first half.
Minot High School in the first half. They lead 46-6 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Halftime report coming up next. It's brought to you by our friends at Magic Towing. You blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing. We'll have the halftime numbers, the stats, and the highlights of the first number 1 ranked team in North Dakota, showing why tonight on their home floor.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about Magic Towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day. Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
All Minot High in the first half, 46-6. They've got the lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's our Magic Towing halftime report. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing, put the number in your phone now, 509-4011. You'll be glad that you did. Well, another happy holidays and a big Merry Christmas to all you fans out there watching tonight. Can you say Merry Christmas? Merry Christmas from all of us here at the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg, Ike Hulberg, and Bryce Skutnik on the call here tonight. What do you say about that first half? That almost has you at a loss for words. Minot High is impressive here tonight. Jamestown had some looks in the first half. Don't discredit these young ladies. Obviously, they're young. They're going to take their lumps, but Minot High's just not missing right now either.
The one word that came to my mind was buzzsaw. What a buzzsaw by the Majettes there after that first few minutes. Offensive efficiency, just each trip just got better and better. Ball going through the basket. Very impressive first half from the Majettes.
Anything that Jamestown can do in your mind to try to slow the buzzsaw down right now?
I don't really know if I have an answer for that. Obviously, you got to start making some of these open looks. You're getting a few of them. Obviously, some of those have to start falling, and seeing if you can make a few more of those open threes here in the second half.
Time to take a look at the numbers from the first half here on our Magic Towing halftime report. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. Well, you look at the numbers of this first half, and it's impressive. Minot High's got 46 points. Jamestown's got 6. 7 scores for Minot High. Combined for 5 three-pointers. 2 young ladies for Jamestown ended up in the scorebook, both with 3-pointers. No free throws for the Blue Jays. 2 of 4 for Minot High. Lily Bell was the only one at the ServPro free throw line in that first half. Ryan Family Dealerships brings you the Game Rewind. Let's take a look at some of the highlights in that first half of basketball as we give you the scoring rundown here tonight for each side. They've just done it across the board in a way that has Minot High and the number 1 ranked team in the state doing it in an unselfish manner here tonight with 7 girls in the book tonight as well for Minot High. You see a pair of them for Maggie Fricky. She's leading the charge right now. Fricky's got 13 for the Majettes, leading all scorers in the ballgame. 5 for Eve Knutson, 2 for Kinley March, 7 for Aberly, 3 for Presley Bennett, 7 for Carew Lamore, and 8 for Lily Bell. Minot High again, 7 scores, 5 threes, 2 for 4 from the charity stripe, racking up 46. Somewhere along the line, my math is off because that only gets you to 45. We're missing a single point here. We do apologize. Pretty easy on the other side for the Blue Jays tonight. 3 for Euland and 3 for Haley Adelson, the only points in the ballgame. You see these highlights of the first half brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships, locations across Western North Dakota, Minot, and in Williston. Browse their massive inventory online, driveryan.com. Any of these highlights really stand out to you, Bryson, in that first half of basketball?
This one right here in particular, Fricky, that's something that maybe you could just go up and force maybe get to the foul line. Look at the unselfishness of that play, bouncing it off for a wide open layup, things like that. A girl who averages north of about 17 points of a game, and she does a play like that. That really stood out to me.
Some highlights, the stats. The recap of the first half brought to you by Magic Towing. You blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing locations in western North Dakota. They will serve all of western North Dakota with no job too big or too small. 1 half left. Minot up big tonight. They hit the 100 mark a handful of times last year, 3 to be exact. Will they do it tonight? Certainly on pace. Only 4 points off that pace through our first 18 minutes. Second half is next here on the PSP Network.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Tonight's ball game on the PSP Network, and the second half is brought to you by our friends at Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza, 701-852-1700. Call and order now for supper this evening. That's a great choice for dinner. Planet Pizza, home to the famous Blue Buffalo or the 30-inch Galactic. It's all good at Planet Pizza. Blue Jays are in blue. Minot is in white. If you're just joining us, you've got the right score on the screen. It's 46-6. Minot High dominating fashion tonight. Nick Hulberg and Bryce Gutnick are on the call. The Majettes are on their way to a tournament in the cities. The Granite City Classic coming up right after the holiday break. College of St. Benedict. They're going to take on some teams there, Bryce, that are pretty high caliber. Minot High is going to have some matchups there with number 9 ranked in the Metro top 10, Wayzata. Hopkins out of Minnetonka, a team that's been on the radar as one of the top programs in the country with some of the top recruits in the country. That's why I asked that question of when do you lay off on the gas pedal here in this showdown tonight, knowing that you've got those matchups coming up.
What an opportunity for the Majettes in that tournament. I said that earlier in the week. Great job by Coach Schwartz. Get him in there. Regardless of the outcome, just playing that level of competition, kind of see where you stack up. Awesome opportunity for them.
Maggie Fricke coast to coast. Add 2 more to Maggie Fricke's total. She's got 15 now in the ball game. The last one was from Bell. She's got 10. Minot's got 50. This ball game tonight also brought to you by our friend Mason Kramer. Mason Kramer Photography. Game action shots and senior portraits. You can find him online, MasonKramerPhotography.com. It's on all social media platforms as well. Lely's got a block. She averages 1.6 per game in that category. And the block leads to Carew. Lamore putting in 2 more. Carew's got 9. 3 more than her average. Minot takes it away again. Here comes Maggie Fricke. Back to Carew underneath the rack. Carew missed, got her own rebound, put it up too strong, but she's fouled on the play. And Carew Lamore is going to go to the Serve Pro free throw line to shoot. 2 shots coming here as the foul is charged to Amelia Newman.
Tell you, we talk about Lily Bell on the offensive side of the ball here, and rightfully so, but her defensive impact tonight has been right from the tip, Nick. Altering shots early. Now she's got a couple blocks to start this half. Super impressive.
Here's Carew Lamore on the second opportunity. There's a bit of a sports blooper on the toss back to her. Didn't bother at all. Ends up in the bottom of the cup, and Carew 4 points here in the second half. She's got 11 total in the ball game.
You got a good laugh out of that too, Nick. You smiling, laughing, giggling.
Maggie Fricky off the window. The presence around the rack is something special, and Fricky adds 2 more. 17 on the night for Maggie Fricky. 50-point lead. They're not done yet. Here comes Barch. Coast to coast, and Kinley Barch puts it up and in.
Great finish by Barch. Off the steal, left hand, through contact. Majettes up big here. They continue to roll here in the second half.
Well, it's just a loud message on a flag to everybody in the WDA. If you come to Minot to take on the Majettes, you better bring your best ball game. Minot High on a tear right now here in the second half. They have been the entire ball game. There's the block from Lily Bell that leads to points at the other end of the floor here for Minot High. Carew on the left side, put it up and in. Too many seconds on the Blue Jays. Minot High's defense, Stern, and they get the ball back.
Majettes continue the defensive effort here into the second half. Still up big, but still playing defense every possession, just hard. Draw a 5-second call there.
The other thing that you see in high school sports, it's one thing to be good and to come out of the gate swinging. It's another to keep that focus and not let teams maybe crawl back in or maybe fade away in the ball game. Minot High's only ramped it up here in the second half. Blue Jays with possession. Down to the baseline. Kick back away up top. This is Yunk, runner in the lane, no good. Fricky's got it here. Fricky was stripped on the play, and then the ball's going to end up out of bounds, and it will be Minot High ball. Well, we've got a busy week next week on the PSP Network. Get a short little break for guys like you and I calling games on PSP. Celebrate the holiday. This is Bennett from downtown. Presley Bennett's got another 3-pointer. That's a pair in the ball game for Presley Bennett. Dale Brown and Hoopster Classics from the Magic City coming your way next week, along with the Mandad Holiday Tournament, something that we've done for our longevity here at the PSP Network. These holiday tournaments, that's Lamore underneath, scrumming for the basketball. Ellington, make that Adelson rather, was the one that had the stop. Hannah, give her credit with the block and stop there.
You better get some rest here, Nick, these first few days. Like you said, huge week on the PSP Network next week.
Davies, Minot High. That's number 2 and number 3 in the state for boys basketball. You and I will have the call of that one from right here in this gym. Another 3-pointer. Mari Anderson's into the book. Get Anderson, the third Blue Jay to have points tonight, all coming from behind the Serve Pro free throw. Serve Pro 3-point line here tonight. Serve Pro will like that. It's usually the free throw line, but we'll give them the 3-point line tonight as well, hey?
Well, double duty for Serve Pro. There you go.
Big thanks to them and all those sponsors that bring you these games on the PSP Network. Frankly, without them, we just wouldn't be here. Bart Manson making his trip back to the Magic City. As a kid, remember watching Bart Manson just dominate high school hoops in Minot?
I tell you what a player in high school Bart Manson was. Wow, he's still talked about around here.
One of the Mr. Basketballs out of the Magic City back in 1993, if I'm not mistaken, 92 or 93. Lily Bell went towards the rack. She's fouled on the play, and Lily's going to shoot 2. Bart now the head coach of Fargo Davies. He's been there for many seasons. Bart Manson and his Davies Eagles taking on Minot High boys coming up next Thursday. Well, uncharacteristic of Lily Bell, she's got 3 straight misses from the Serve Pro stripe here in this ball game. Made the first 2, missed on the next 3, and Lily will have a chance. At free throw number 6, she missed off the front of the rim. Got the rebound, however. Now a three on its way. That one just missed. Minot keeps the ball in play with Journey Larson. No, they say she touched the end line, so it will be Blue Jay basketball.
Well, Nick, I was trying to get us an update from Jamestown with the boys' score. I couldn't find anything, unfortunately.
They might still be in that JV game here tonight. I don't know if that one was a early start here tonight. And I'm not sure why the start was changed in this ball game tonight. On that same note, changed to 5:45. Aberley's going to end up on the ground. They're going to say it's Blue Jay basketball.
Kind of got locked into the call. Kind of forgot we had a early tip-off here tonight, Nick.
We'll have plenty of time to go to Shots Crossroads tonight for the post game. That banana cream pie that was delivered up here last week by the principal of Minot High School, Dave McQueen. I would be pretty embarrassed if anybody had a video of me getting home at the size of the piece that I treated myself to last week was something special.
I'd like to see if there are any other presents in store for you tonight. That was quite the gift last week.
Yeah, that you can't top that one. That's pretty good. Try the banana cream pie at Shots Crossroads, I'm telling you. Aberley sent it back on the baseline, trying to get it back over to Rosenkrantz. Now the girls are on the ground, and it will be a jump basketball. Well, Minot High's got some new players on the floor here. Rosenkrantz, Journey Larson out there for Minot High. Ariana Rude, along with Aberley and Knutson. They've all seen some varsity time here in this 23-24 campaign, also in their high school careers. Nothing new for Minot High. They've got depth off that bench as well. Three on its way. Hewland bounces, just couldn't get it to roll. Rude brings it down, and she brings it back across the half-court line.
Minot Majettes kind of emptying the bench. You think we've probably seen the last of a majority of the starters for them tonight, Nick.
Worked into the lane, then back away. We'll have a jump basketball coming. Arrow's going to belong here to the Blue Jays, and it will be Jamestown inbound underneath the rack. Well, the first half of our season on the PSP network, if you will, to finish out 2023. Pretty special. A lot of great games on the PSP network, from high school volleyball into football season. Pretty magical ride for Minot High in football this year with their first state title since 1980. Bryce and I had the opportunity to call that. What a treat that was. Nothing like basketball season, though, in hockey season once that gets rolling. Rude carries down, puts it up, she's fouled, and she scores.
I got to see Rude play a lot in that Williston game. Girl who's relentless at going to the rim, getting her teammates involved, and look at this, off the bench here into the second half here. Just right to the lane and N1 opportunity.
First attempt for Ariana Rude is good. 3 points for her. That one came from the ServPro free throw line to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. 64-9, Minot High's got the lead. Ball's going to come back across half court, but it was touched last by the Majettes. On the drive, Adelson. Off the mark, Knutson's got the rebound, and Knutson hounded here with the full court press. Aberley's out with it. Knutson steals it back. Rude's going to get it here, off to Aberley. Plenty of time on the shot clock at 18. In the paint, Rosenkrantz knocked off the ball, and back the other way we go for the Blue Jays. Mari Anderson. She's got 3 of the 9 points tonight here for Jamestown. She ends up on the floor, and it will be on a high ball. That's an offensive foul charged on Mari Anderson, Bryce.
Yep, they got a charge here on Anderson. I think they got that call right. Great position there defensively by Minot. I believe it was Aberley.
Knutson puts it into play here for Rude. UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot brings you this ball game tonight. For all your packing and shipping needs, it's the UPS store. Aberly was wide open for three. She was off the mark to the left. There's a foul inside. This foul is going to be charged on Minot High. And Sydney Aberly rung up with number 1 here in the ballgame.
Coach Scumberg still got the Blue Jays competing. They're still playing really hard out there, continuing till the end of this game. Got to like that about the effort about your girls. I know you run into a top-notch opponent like the Majettes. It's tough, but they're still playing hard out there, Nick.
It's never fun to lose, but it's a lot easier to lose with some pride and effort than it is to wave the white flag and pack up and get back on the bus. I agree with you. Andy Scumberg and his crew certainly haven't crawled away in the ball game by any means. Minot High is just that first half. I mean, it was impressive. The whole game's been impressive. They've only surrendered 9 points here in this ball game. Top unit's going to come back out for the Majettes now as starting 5 will check back in.
I stand corrected. The starters all enter there. Kind of a line change there, Nick. You're familiar with your hockey call and your hockey days there. There's a little 5 for 5 there by Coach Schwartz.
Kind of like the Bismarck High boys. They had a big win the other night over Legacy. Dickinson and Legacy then played last night on a 2-day turnaround. We had that call for you on the PSP network. Scott Woodmansey and Joe Cattell had the boys game. Chuck Claremont and Woody had the girls matchup. Clean sweep for the Legacy Sabres. That boys game was a 1-point difference at the half. Legacy charged ahead of the tail end portions. Deep 3 on its way, back of the rim. Lily Bell's got the rebound.
I've been super impressed with Lily on the defensive end. The efforts there, it has been since the tip-off. Gosh, she's had a heck of an impact this game on both ends, obviously.
And some points for Lily. Got the rebound, put it up and in, and Lily Bell has 12 now in the contest. There's a three-pointer. Hewlett cranks from downtown. All the points for the Jays tonight have come from behind the arc. 4 3-pointers in the ballgame. Minot goes back inside to Lily Bell. Gets her own rebound. Lily inside. And it drops in for Lily Bell. WDA leader in point production, averaging 28 per night.
Maggie Fricky might give her a hard time there and say, hey, I kind of like to maybe have the assist on that one, Lily, but Lily gets another one in the rebound column, puts it back.
Young Kents for 3. 68-15 now on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Lily off to Fricky. Fricky, little jump shot. Just money as can be for Maggie Fricky. Minot's got 70.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I've seen Fricky miss tonight, Nick.
She has been good in this ball game.
Might be the Grinch shoes.
Those are fancy, aren't they? Ball's going to go into play. Minot High is going to get the ball back. Well, once again, there's a special going on at the Minot Country Club. You could become a member today at the Minot Country Club. That's a great holiday gift as well. If you're on the fence about joining a golf course, Minot Country Club is voted the #1 course in all of North Dakota. It's the Minot Country Club. Jump shots off the mark for 3 from the corner. When you become a member, by the way, it's unlimited golf, unlimited range balls, brand new carts. They've got GPS, phone jack, speakers for music, lithium batteries. I'm telling you, it's prime time at the Country Club. Speaking of prime time, there's Emily Ellingson. She nails a 3-pointer. That was actually a 2, Bryce. And it's 70-17 as we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. All Minot High tonight, 70-17 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
There's no place like the Country Club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with Golf Simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
Nick Hulberg, Bryce Gutnick on the call from the Magic City Campus Gymnasium tonight here in Minot, North Dakota. How about that weather outside, by the way? Snow's about completely melted here in the Magic City. 40-degree day, 2 days in a row. Doesn't feel like Christmas.
It can stick around as long as it wants. I love the 40 degrees.
Knutson into the corner for three. That one's off the mark. Thank you. Blue Jays will get the ball back. I'm not exactly sure if I would say that I'm all right with it or if I want it to be a white Christmas coming up. There's plenty of people throwing stuff at their TVs at home right now saying, you just quiet your mouth down, I'd have to assume. That three's off the mark on the attempt from Hannah Ellingson. Another three on its way. Rebound underneath. Came to the Blue Jays. Then there's going to be a foul charged underneath the rack. Or no, they're just going to say it went out of play on Journey Larson.
I'll tell you what, Nick, I think I'm getting to the age now where I'm kind of turning into that crabby old man that complains about the weather. I used to not mind the winters here in that Magic City, but those days are gone.
I understand, my friend. Travels the violation. Rosenkrantz charged with that, and it will be Jamestown basketball with 5:30 left here in regulation. Stick around tonight for our Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors. Post-game wrap-up, we'll have a full recap of this showdown, scoring all the numbers in this ball game. Blue Jays with possession. Jump shot, no good. Jays trying to save it underneath with Emily Ellingson, but the ball ruled out of play when she touched the end line. Next.
Yulin, oh, sorry, Nick.
You go right ahead, my friend.
Yulin she keeps shooting. Just a sophomore. I like her tenacity out there. She's played hard since the tip, and she keeps firing from three-point line. She has a good-looking shot.
Gotta like the compete level here of Jamestown in the late portion of the ball game. Down big, 70-17. Up next for the Blue Jays, they host West Fargo Cheyenne on the 30th of this month. Then they go to Fargo North on the 2nd. On and high at that tournament in Minnesota, they take on Wayzata and Hopkins. Back at home on the 9th when they take on Dickinson in a doubleheader night. The Midgets come to town to return to WDA action right at the tail end of the holiday break for the high schoolers. Little runner in the lane, up and in, and Journey Larson is into the scorebook with her first 2 points of the ball game. With the basketball here, the Blue Jays have it on the outside of the arc. Worked around the horn now as it comes away here from Ellingson. Back up top here to Anderson. Shot clock's at 8. They need to hurry. But we're going to have a foul charged inside. I'm on at high school. Fouls on Rosenkrantz. That's going to be number 1 on her. 4 team fouls here. Sorry, 2 team fouls. I'm on it high in the second half.
A little animated Coach Schwartz over there just saying, hey, hands straight up. Game's well decided here. Not looking to foul towards the end of the game.
Count the three-pointer for Haley Adelson. That's her second 3 of the ball game. Blue Jays have 20. Rosenkrantz. Far side. No good for Vardy. That one was off the mark. Rosenkrantz inside the paint. She's going to be fouled on the play, and 2 shots will come to her. Back to the Serve Pro free throw line for 2 shots here for Rosenkrantz. 5'7" junior forward. First trip to the Serve Pro stripe here in varsity action this year. That one's going to be off the mark. Down to 3:28 to play in the ball game. Rosenkrantz nails the net. As that one falls on through, it's 73-20 Minot High with the lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We'll name our MVP of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips tonight. We'll also have our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. It all happens in our planning team financial at Schatz Crossroads postgame show. That comes up in 3 minutes and 5 seconds from here in Minot. Varney down to the corner. Varney on the dribble, looking for the outlet, trying to go back inside to Rosenkrantz. Ball's taken away there. Adelson's got it. And the Jays bring it back across here with Haley Adelson. 2:45 ticking down. Do you have a thought on our player of the game here tonight? Obviously, there's a handful that are in that conversation.
Yeah, definitely. A few of the Majettes are more than deserving of the award. I'd have to say, Maggie Fricke really stood out to me. A lot of unselfishness to her. Like I said, I can't think of it. I think she might be perfect from the field, Nick. From my best bet, I do believe she is perfect from the field.
From the Serve Pro stripe, that one's off the mark on the attempt for Haley Adelson, her first free throw opportunity in the ball game. First free throw opportunity for any Jay here in this contest tonight. That one rolled around and then out. Minot High gets the rebound. Yeah, Maggie Fricke's been special, hasn't she? Big night for her tonight for Minot High School.
Just such a control at that point guard position. Like I said, she can go down to the block, play big too. A lot of unselfishness to her, giving the ball up to her teammates. Continues to get better.
Rude that time nails it. And Rude's got a pair in this ball game. 75-20. Minot High's got the lead. 3 attempt on the other side. Emily Ellingson. She's got 5 now in the contest.
7 made threes for the Blue Jays here tonight. Majority of their scoring's been from beyond the arc.
Varney on the dribble drive, kicked it back up top. 3 ball off the mark. Varney with a good effort over there trying to save that ball. Journey Larson had the attempt, the shot, but it will be Jamestown basketball as the Jays are going to check out. Majority of their starting 5 here tonight. They get an applause from everybody inside the venue here at Magic City Campus's gymnasium. Good effort for them here tonight. Not easy when you're taking a beat down the way that they did here this evening. But they didn't give up at any point in the ball game. It didn't feel like to me, Bryce.
I totally agree, Nick. Just a total buzzsaw by the Majettes. A few spurts in that first half put this game well in doubt.
Varney had the opportunity. That one hit the side of the rim. In the lane, that one awkwardly for Addison Yunk, and Yunk has 5 in the ball game. With the basketball now, the Majettes trying to work it back up top. They will. 21-7, Minot High boys are on top of the Jamestown Blue Jays tonight. That game, Meyer Arena in Jamestown. Number 3 ranked Magi up early in that showdown.
Great start by the boys on the road. They're up big.
Not easy to win on the road inside the WDA. Final 14 seconds to play inside of the WDA schedule for the 23-24-23 portion of this season. Minot High is going to dribble it out, and the Majettes are going to remain unbeaten inside of a year that they were predicted to be good. Tonight they were real good. 75-25 is the final tonight. Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show comes up next. We'll watch the highlights. We'll have the stat recap. We'll name our MVP of the contest and have our move of the game tonight. It all happens next on the Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame show.
There's no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day. Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this?
With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food reward program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads bring you tonight's postgame wrap-up of a 75-25 victory for the number 1 ranked team in North Dakota, the Minot Majettes. We'll hop right into our interview with our MVP of the game, Maggie Fricke, here tonight. Well, young lady, sometimes it's a lot of fun to watch. Other times it's almost like, my goodness, what did you guys eat for breakfast here today? At the end of the day, a 75-25 win and remaining unbeaten in the WDA has to feel good right before Christmas break.
It feels great, and we've been practicing a lot lately, and I feel like we're just pushing each other, and we've been ranked 1. Rankings don't matter, obviously, but it feels great, and we just got to keep knowing that we got to keep pushing, and I feel like we never stopped and never gave up in this game, even though we were ahead. They can always come back. You never know the game, so.
It's always fun to see where there's top-tier talent. Minot High is just loaded with it, and the distribution across the board and that unselfish play here tonight across the board. Touch on that for just a moment on what's going through your mind when everybody is getting involved in the ballgame.
It's so much fun. Everyone's practicing. Some might not play as much others, but in practice they're helping us, and getting to them getting out there, getting to score. It just feels great, and me just cheering them on and trusting every single person. Every single person can score on this team, and it just feels awesome. 10
different scorers in the books here tonight from Minot High. Big lead at half. What was the message in the locker room at half tonight from Jason Schwartz?
Just keep going, keep pushing. I guess we still needed to, I feel more ball pressure, and I feel we definitely changed that and not letting up.
On to the holiday break. First things first, are you on the good list this year from Santa Claus, I'd have to assume?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think most are. After the holiday break, on to a tournament where you're going to match up with some top talent, some kids that you've played against in summer ball. What do you expect out of Wayzata and Hopkins coming up? Those are certainly going to be the dial turned up just a bit as far as the competition is concerned.
All of us are really excited. It's new exposure. We haven't played in that state before. Some of us have. But they're all very good players. So you can just get to play good competition and getting to see how we match up to others, and also they're not going to know us, we're not going to know them. So it'll be just you get to play basketball and not have to worry about scouting. And I think it'll just be so much fun just to show what we have.
Happy holidays! Great job again tonight. Best of luck in Minnesota.
Thank you. You too.
That's Maggie Fricke, our player of the game tonight, brought to you by Sport Clips. Got a pretty good guess. She's probably on the good list, as most, I would have to think, are inside of WDA basketball. Are you on the good list or are you on the bad list?
Definitely the good list, no doubt.
No doubt about it. She was on the good list as far as scoring tonight is concerned. She led the ball game with 19 points here. Don't you love to hear that too, on that conversation of once you get everybody going in this ball game, and asking her that question, her face just lit up and said, how much fun is that? That's what you want to hear out of a top-tier player like that.
You got to love that. It's the we, not me attitude. You love that, a point guard, a leader on this team. It just great to hear her talk about her teammates and her contributions. That's one of the first things out of her mouth. Just super impressive night by her. I thought she was perfect from the field, Nick, but She did have one missed field goal on the evening.
Started with the miss, and then she was perfect. So you were almost perfect on that call here tonight, my friend. We're going to take a break and come back. We'll have our full recap on its way on the Planning Team Financial and Shots Crossroads postgame show. Big one tonight for Minot High, 75-25. They get the win over Jamestown. We're back with the recap of this ball game and all the numbers when we come back to Magic City Campus's gymnasium.
Personal injury until it happens, but when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football, just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Merry Christmas.
75-25 the final. Nick Hulberg, Bryce Gutnick, wishing Adam Pappin from the Minot Daily a Merry Christmas. Thanks for your coverage tonight, my friend. Job well done. Well, we've heard from our MVP of the game, Maggie Fricky. Got a few more orders of business on our Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show here tonight. Planning Team Financial Advisors, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team can help you every step of the way. It's Planning Team Financial Advisors at Shots Crossroads. Shots Crossroads, home of the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome. If you bring the team up to the Magic City, stop in to Shots Crossroads. Team buses are always welcome. Try that delicious number 99 or the banana cream pie at Shots Crossroads. You won't be disappointed. Overall, your big takeaways from this ball game, do you have an analysis of what was a buzzsaw tonight for Minot High School?
Just complete effort from start to finish by the Majettes. I tell you what, they really turned up that defensive tenacity. I tell you what, some of those spurts in the first half, just gas pedal. I mean, in spurts, Bell, and then it's Aberley was huge, contributing early, and then Lamore, just constant, like someone different, just doing it all there in spurts, and Fricky, just the unselfishness. Like I said though, that defensive effort. Lely inside, altering shots, then she's blocking shots, causing turnovers. They didn't let up. Looking up at the scoreboard, you can kind of get distracted in games like this, and maybe your effort goes down a little bit, but that was not the case tonight, Nick.
Minot High improves to a record of 7-0 overall. Inside the conference, they moved to 4-0. The Blue Jays dropped to 0-4. And 2-5 on the season. Taking a look at our stats, the stat lines from this ball game, starting with the Blue Jays. Their offensive production here tonight, Bryce, most of it came from behind the three-point line. in this ball game as Ryan Family Dealerships brings you a look at the numbers of the ball game. Of the 25 points, 7 of them came from behind the arc. Minot High had 6 3-pointers of their own to get to 75. Big number on this sheet here tonight for me. 10 scores for the Magi, 5 for the Blue Jays. The distribution was there tonight for Minot High. Jamestown only shot 2 free throws in the entire ball game. They were 0 for 2. Minot went 4 for 7 from the line. There's your numbers brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. On to the game totals for the players. Leading the way for the Blue Jays, there was a pair with 2 3-pointers. Haley Adelson had 1 in the first half, 1 in the second half. So did Mia Euland. They both had 6. 5 tonight for Emily Ellingson and 5 for Addison Young. And the only other scorer for Jamestown, 3 for Mari Anderson. Minot High School was led tonight with 20 from Maggie Fricke, as Fricke had 13 in the first half. Half of that second half she had off with the other starting 5 tonight for Minot High, but she mustered up 20. Lily Bell had 14, 11 for Carew Lamore, 1 point tonight for Leah Rosenkrantz, 6 for Presley Bennett with a pair of 3-pointers. Top 3-point shooter inside the West region, had 2 more tonight. Journey Larson had a 2-pointer. 7 points for Sydney Aberley in the first half and total in the ball game. Kinley March had 4, 5 for Eve Knutson, and 5 for Ariana Rude. So there's some players that maybe we see a little bit, not always as much, that had some pretty big nights here for Minot High. I thought that Carew Lamore was a young lady that was in that conversation for our MVP of this matchup tonight as well. Presley Bennett from behind that arc, man. Anytime that you can kick it out to her and shooting from 3 land at a pretty high pace right now for Minot High, you know that young lady with 14 coming into the showdown tonight. She leaves with 16. She's an X factor back there. In total, Minot High looked pretty doggone good here tonight. We've already named our MVP, and the MVP of tonight's ball game. Congratulations, Maggie Fricke. Sport Clips brings you the MVP, where you can get the MVP haircut experience. Sign it online. It's quick. It's convenient. I've got the app. I just hop on there, choose my hairstylist, know that I've got X amount of minutes to get there. It gives you a countdown from when it's time to hop into the chair. You can get the MVP haircut experience. It makes you feel like the MVP at Sport Clips. Big thanks to them for their continued support. Time for our move of the game tonight, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers can help you with your moving and storage needs. When Minot High's up the way they were in the first half, 46-6, there's a bunch of highlights that you could pick here, but how about this play? Kind of gives you everything that we talked about so far in this post-game show, and that's strong defensive efforts, unselfish play, just the passing of the basketball and the finish. What made this one our pick here tonight in your mind?
Just like you said, kind of everything we saw. You see Lily protecting the rim, a little outlet pass, and then this baseball-style pass down to the court for an easy layup. I mean, a lot of the things we have mentioned throughout the broadcast, that defensive effort just really stood out from the Majettes tonight.
1.6 blocks per game for Lily Bell. Not in my house, she says. Jobbers has locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online, jobberswarehouse.com. 75-25, Minot High victorious on their home floor in the final game before Christmas break. Bryce, your closing thoughts here tonight at Magic City Campus's gymnasium before we get set and ready to wait and see if we can catch Santa Claus coming up on Monday, Sunday?
Monday. Christmas Day Monday.
We'll be up all Sunday night trying to make that happen into Monday, my friend. Looking forward to it. Your closing thoughts here tonight before the holiday break?
Just a great effort going into the break. You get a few days off, spend some time with your family, relax, and get ready for this stretch run. No more breaks, after the Christmas break here for these teams. I am super interested to see what their trip to Minnesota and the caliber of talent down there, what the Majettes are going to do. What an exciting time. If I was a kid and you had that kind of opportunity, that's going to be a terrific experience for those girls. Win or lose, they're going to remember that. And like you said, kind of see what you're made of, how you stack up against some of this top-tier talent. And Maggie Fricke said it really well. They don't know a whole lot about us. We don't really know a whole lot about them. And she was super excited. If you're a Majette fan, you're excited to see what they can do down there.
Looking forward to it. There'll probably be a few scouts there too, I'd have to assume.
Definitely.
Should be a lot of fun. Partner, great working with you. Excited to have you aboard on the PSP Network. Big thanks to Owen Patterson, as always, here tonight. That young man's got a heck of a play-by-play call. Sure appreciate him here on the PSP Network and his work behind the scenes here tonight. Job well done, as always, my friend. Trevor Haas was on the cameras tonight as well. We appreciate him. Thanks to Maggie Fricke for stopping by tonight in our postgame for MVP conversation here tonight. Big thanks to all those sponsors, as always, and to you, the fans, for tuning us in tonight on the PSP Network. If you haven't already done so, make sure to like and follow PSP on all social media platforms. Stay up to date with everything happening inside the WDA. As always, and especially during holiday time, a big thank you to all the military men and women out there watching, wherever you may be here tonight. God bless you all. Thank you so much for your sacrifice for our country. Big thanks to all the military men and women, all of our service men and women out there as well. Again, God bless you all. God bless America. Final score one more time for Magic City Campus's Gymnasium. The Majettes had 75. The Blue Jays had 25. Number one ranked team in North Dakota looked like it tonight, boy. They improved to 7-0. Close out the first half of the year. The Jays fall to 2-5. For my broadcast partner, Mr. Bryce Gutnick, I'm Nick Hulberg signing off from Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Hope you have a great Christmas. Whatever you do, have a good night, and God bless.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FinRun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Field to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.